crispy, crunchy crust, and that beautiful fluffy interior. This is one of those keeper recipes, my friends. We're gonna make the very best no-knead focaccia. It's not even hard work if you don't have to do the kneading, right? Bit of mixing here and there, a little bit of patience, and you have yourself one amazing homemade baked focaccia. Now that's winning in my book. First of all, you want some semolina. Now, difference between semolina and flour, they're basically just made from different types of wheat. I like to use semolina here because it adds a more kind of earthy flavor and is also a sort of harder wheat. So it gives you a firmer, I don't know, kind of better focaccia-y kind of texture. But I have made this with regular flour, so if you can't find the semolina, feel free to just use regular flour here. Put the semolina into your bowl. Now you want some instant dried yeast here as well. And just give that a mix. And now to get everything going in here, like that yeast activating and all that kind of stuff, you need some warm water. Let's just pour that in. Now just give that a mix. And you want to cover that and just let it sit around doing its thing for about an hour. So let's have a look and see how our yeast mixture is gone. Oh yes, so you can start to smell now that kind of baked bread yeast thing going on, and it is bubbling and funky and just what we want. Okay, so that's what it should look like. It should look alive and a little bit weird. That's okay. Next, we want to go in with our actual dough mixture. So first of all, I've got some plain flour here. If you've got some bread flour, that would be even better, but even just all purpose is fine. Add in a little bit of salt. Now just mix that through, and then you want to make a little well in the center. Now add in your yeast mixture. Now add in some warm water. And some olive oil. Now you just want to give that a really good mix until it comes together into kind of like a really wet dough. Now you want to drizzle that with a little extra olive oil. And then cover it up and leave it overnight. And that's it. See you tomorrow. All right, we've been very patient. Our dough has had its little beauty rest. Let's have a look and see what we've got under our cloth here. Okay, so obviously this guy is not quite ready for its Instagram selfie just yet, but he will be looking far more beautiful very soon. What we need to do here is just do a little bit of stirring. So get your spatula in here and just flip that up and over. And you just want to do that a couple of times, just kind of getting under there and flipping that dough over on itself. And that's all the hard work there is to do, really. Now we're just gonna prep our pan before we get the dough in there. So what I've got here is a baking tray that I've just lined with a little bit of baking paper. I like to do that for a little bit of insurance, because I have made this a couple of times where it's stuck to the bottom of the tray, and that is such a tragedy because I don't want to waste even a small skerrick of this beautiful focaccia. And also what I'm going to do is oil the bottom of this as well. This dough is all about moisture and oil for me. That's what's going to keep the dough really nice and hydrated and give us that perfect focaccia texture. So oil. Now just brush that olive oil out all over the bottom, and then dough goes in. And now here's the part that I love the most. We get to play with the dough a little bit. First of all, you want to get some oil on your fingertips. And now channel that inner child of yours that loves to play with Play-Doh and slimy, sticky things. And push that dough out into the corners of the tray. It's a fairly well-behaved dough. It will eventually kind of stretch out as you push it around. And then just make a few little indents with your fingers, mainly because it feels good. No, we want to have those little pocked marks on our focaccia, so I am just, not just doing it for fun. And then we just want to cover this guy up. Now just let that guy sit there for an hour, and then we'll come back and get him all prepped up, ready to go in the oven. Okay, so let's have a peek at our dough, see what's happening here. Now your dough should be looking slightly puffier than when you left it last time. This is looking pretty good to me. Now we want to finish off with a few little extra bits and pieces. And the first thing, and remember I did say this recipe is all about oil and water. So we're going to add a little bit more of both of those things. A tablespoon of olive oil into a tablespoon of water. And just mix that really well. Now we get in here with our hands and make some really nice deep holes into that focaccia dough. And then just pour that all over your dough and then kind of shake it around so you've got even little rivers of sunshine throughout that dough. Okay, now final little special bits here. I'm going to add some more salt. And then one of my little special ingredients I like to add here is some fried shallots or fried onions. You can get them from the Asian section of a lot of supermarkets or from an Asian grocer, and they kind of add like a really yummy, savory, crispy onion flavor and texture. Sprinkle those on top. And then some chili flakes for color and spice. Now pop that into a really hot oven, about 15 or 20 minutes, or until you've got a really beautiful golden crusty top. Okay, so this is the kind of time where you can really be very proud of yourself. Check out that beautiful color, all of that golden crustiness and those little speckled bits of onion. Oh, truly joyous, my friends. Now, because we put the baking paper down and the oil, this should come out really easily. And then just pull that baking paper out from underneath. And now we can just crack into our beautiful steaming focaccia. And now just take a look at that beautiful crusty top and bottom, and it's so soft and light and airy in there. Those little bubbles, they're everything. Okay, I'm getting super excited here. Let's just finish slicing this up. And for me, I like to keep the kind of fresh herbs right at the end here, while the focaccia is still warm, because that will sort of allow the herbs to release all their beautiful fragrance. But when you put them in the oven, they kind of get a bit too burnt for me. So I've got fresh thyme here that I'm going to sprinkle. And there we go, guys. Perfection, I think. Just look at that and check out that crust. So beautiful. So look at this perfect slice, guys. Doesn't get much better than that. Beautiful crumb inside, all of that lovely crispy topping. I wish you could smell this. It is literally the smell of heaven. Now, of course, I am going to be having a bite here because, I just need to make sure that it tastes as good as it looks. Freshly baked bread. There's nothing more satisfying. Do you know what's really great about this one? You have that perfect, really lovely crusty top, but what makes it really special is that fried onion on there gives it such an awesome flavor, and then just little hits of chili spice. This is, without word of a lie, really such an awesome bread recipe. It's so easy. Okay, I'm gonna have to totally carb load today. This is all mine.